Here it is, 26 December 2017. Thinking to myself, what could I record and talk about? And I should have wrote it down. I've been writing some topics down, but I never really like just make the video about it. And I'm thinking to myself, what was it that I wanted to talk about? I definitely wanted to talk about right here, right now, about something I saw. And when, it's really all I have to say about it is that, flat Earth is a fad. It's just what people are researching and getting into now. All the crazies, or if they're not crazy or not, like fidget spinners or, wear your jeans and your boots a certain way. Flat Earth is not a fad. Flat Earth is something that's been suppressed. And whether you realize that you can go up to a nice elevation that goes above the trees, because as soon as you get above the majority of the trees, it's funny that there's some tall ones here and there, but for the most part, it's like a layer, and the tops of the trees, tops of the mountains, the tops of the buildings, you get above this and you're going to see for yourself whether you can realize it, whether your brain is not so manipulated, or if it's heavily manipulated and you're just still not wanting to see it. The more you get up there and more you ask yourself, or you look for it, at least look for it. There's no curve. There is no curve. There's no over the hill curve or gradual curve downward, because the further you go out, the more that ground should drop further down, and it doesn't. The Earth is flat. It's always going to be flat. There's not a fad. There isn't any fads or what's popular, what's not popular. Whether flat Earth is popular or not, the Earth is flat. We live on a flat plane. It's how they build right off of it. It's how they build bridges. It's how they build train tracks. There's no curve taken into any kind of mathematical equation, no physics, there isn't any of that. Why? Because the Earth is flat. And yeah, I've seen some calendars and some photos that, you're looking at one mountain and another, and it's really hard to tell. But for the most part, majority of those pictures, they all show you flat. 100% flat. And it's like the truth is right there slapping you in your manipulated, lied to, mind-controlled face. But whether you wake up now, or you wake up tomorrow, or you wake up next week, it ain't going to be next year. It ain't going to be next year. Why is it not going to be next year? Because y'all can't hide from this anymore. Before, oh yeah, you could just go along with the mass manipulated majority, and you can hide, and you can just snuggle your way between a couple people and hide behind 5-6 rows, if not 100,000 people, and we would never find you. Can't do that anymore. You're not going to be able to do that anymore, so it's time to say to yourself, how about instead of sitting in front of your computer, on your smartphone, in front of your TV, and feeling all nice, warm, and cozy, and feeling all good about yourself because the majority of the class agrees with you, and we're going to laugh at Jeremy. We're going to laugh at these flat earthers. We're going to laugh at the truthers. The odds are turning because everybody's starting to realize and use their own eyes. So I think I'm going to title this video just as such and post it out there and see what happens. And when I first got into this, I was like, oh man, I can't go around talking about this to everybody. Now it's like, why am I not talking about this? And the Holy Grail, I just thought of something with my next video and it just came back to me. The Holy Grail is real. The Holy Grail isn't some cup, isn't some box. It isn't some thing that Indiana Jones goes and grabs and tries to beat out the freaking Nazis or somebody like that. Even though it's funny because the Nazis, their swastika, that's the black sun. And then you draw that out, it's the Big Dipper going around the North Star. The Polaris star that's right above where you need to go. You know, and it's amazing. It really is. Either way, it's simple, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist or a genius to figure this stuff out. Remy, love, light, and energy. Wholeness.